That one was loud.
So you've been a chiropractor before?
Yes, only one time though.
It's been like a year or so?
A year and a half, at least.
And what did they work on with you? Hip stuff?
They did hips, yeah, and then she did like some stuff on my upper body, like my neck, to release like tension and stuff on my shoulders.
You said you had a history of scoliosis?
Yeah, so I have scoliosis, but instead of it being like where your spine is curved, instead of like hunchback, it's actually like sideways. So my spine's in the shape of like an S.
Cool.
So if I bend over, like I'm basically one shoulder is higher than the other.
Do you feel that like throughout the day?
I feel it like a lot of times when I'm like working out. So like I can tell, and like if I'm doing yoga and stuff, like I can tell like one side of my body is more flexible than the other.
Okay.
Like mobility stuff.
And what were you saying about your hips? You feel
so when I get really tight, it's a combination of weakness, like hip cramps. Like a lot of like if I'm doing like Pilates or yoga moves, like I really struggle with my hips.
Okay.
But like I squat and I do deadlifts and like that sort of lifting doesn't necessarily like bother my hips the way that like small movements, and I just get very tight very easily in my hips. Like I think one hip is actually higher than the other two. Like it goes with the shoulder thing. I think the right side's higher.
Okay.
Like I feel like I'm always trying to release tension in like my head and my neck.
Okay. Yeah, so just kind of like the pinch a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Good there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do like I'll do more from here and like also from here. Sorry. Ready? There we go. Nice. Good there? Is it pinchable?
No.
Not too bad?
It just feels like a stretch.
Yeah, good. The other knee was clicking a little bit. I don't feel anything on this one.
It usually is more of the left now that I think about it.
I don't feel like anything on this one. It's good. So cross your arms here.
Okay.
So this one's going to be, you can just kind of feel a little pull here. Cool. Ready? Nice.
That felt so good.
Good.
I had tendonitis a lot in my knees when I was playing sports, like when I was younger. And that's actually why we ended up going to the doctor about trying to figure out why I kept getting that. And that's when they told me I had scoliosis.
Okay.
Yes, there's a certain like percentage. So if you're like, I want to say it's like 15% or more of a curvature at a certain age, like if you've stopped growing, if it's like less than that and you've stopped growing, then they don't have to do surgery. But if you're like still growing, they have to monitor it.
Yeah.
And so I think I was past that stop growing age. I want to say maybe like 16. And it was like 13. It wasn't enough of a curvature to.
Yeah, usually the scoliosis develops mostly like early teens.
Yeah.
After 16, 17, it's done developing.
Yeah.
So there's not much to do about it.
Exactly. So they just said, yeah, like do yoga.